I choose you!
Tonight on episode 117, Milo is still absent. Ian has emotionally recovered after revisiting that drone crash site in Milton Keynes. Coops is getting ready for Swine Up Community Day Classic. And I'm still stunned after Trader Tips sent me a gift.
Oh, you got a gift?
I got a gift. Boys, how are we doing on Star Wars Day as we record this?
Happy Star Trek Day.
Wait, is it Star Wars or Star Trek?
Is it Star Trek Day?
Star Trek Day. May the 4th be with you.
I thought
it was Star Wars
isn't it?
Day.
Oh, he's winding us up, Marky.
Star Wars. Oh,
I love Star Wars and I love Star Trek, but there's one thing that will wind both sets of fans up by calling it Star Trek Day on May the 4th. The Trekkies hate it and the Star Wars fans hate it, so every year I have to do it.
That makes sense because someone did respond to it with Happy Star Trek Day, and I went, what?
Beam me up, Chewie.
Listen, I'm just grateful for the first year in 29 years. No one's come up to me today and been like, Luke, I am your father. I'm like, thank God, honestly.
There's still time yet, mate.
Yeah, what's the time?
Well, apparently, boys, when we put our little post out on Twitter today, the Tequila Man, that's San Schmosby, actually thinks that Ian, you are Obi-Wan, which I thought you'd take that, wouldn't you?
It's the grey hair. At least it's not called me Yoda.
Milo would be Luke with his boyish
But Francesco
charm,
called Milo Leia.
He's a bit of a princess, isn't he, to be fair?
He is a bit of a princess. High maintenance and all that, yeah.
He is a princess, bless him. I'm Han Solo, Ian. I'll take Ian. Luke.
I think that's the biggest compliment out of all of us.
And do you know what Coops is?
Have they put me as Yoda?
Chewy.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well, Chewy's ginger, isn't he? He's like got that browny, gingery...
He is.
Coops just go...
Yeah, what is it? Is that what he does? Was that quite good?
That was really good.
We'll have to clip that. Yeah, to be fair, it's been a long day. I do probably look like Chewbacca right now with my overgrown beard. Who wrote that?
The Tequila Man.
Oh, the Tequila Man.
It was the Tequila Man.
I'll let him
Tequila
off.
Man.
As if he sounded like Chewy.
And Ian, as we're going along, on May the 6th, we've got the coronation.
Yeah.
First in a lifetime. King Charles III is going to be coronated. First time in
70-something years.
Of our lives, this is amazing.
Also, we've got a Pokemon Go raid day.
Oh, we have, Cleavor. Which wasn't announced when we recorded this last week, but of course it will have happened when you're listening to this show. So hope you actually had a good one.
By the way, looks incredible, that Pokemon. I did see an infographic today. Looks
and Coops, you'll be happy. Shiny is released for the raid day.
What? This has all happened and I've not been able to speak about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, well, amazing. And I love the fact we're like 10 minutes in and we've not said drop an incense
10
yet.
remote passes.
We're padding.
Well, anyway, it's good to have all the boys. It's good to have us three here, the boys, to keep you guys and girls entertained. And you are right, we're not washed up, are we, Ian? As I said last week, we're not washed up.
I wouldn't say so.
Wrong turn of phrase. Well, throw down your incenses.
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
Yes, we will, Zoe, and we'll be sending all the shiny hundo look, shiny vibes, all the vibes, any vibe, Nundo vibes, I don't care really, anything good your way. And if any, it gets longer every week, doesn't it? I'll rephrase that. That intro gets longer every week, I must add. But anyway, for anyone who has any luck whilst listening to the podcast, please share your successes on the world famous hashtag. That is hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Could you clarify that spelling?
I sure can, Holly. That is SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. Right, Coops, I love it when you smile when I say this, boy. Should we jump into that? Pokemon Go.
Goodness.
Just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
So, 117 rounds down, trying to keep these questions fresh for our audience to enjoy. It's difficult, but we have got another random question for tonight's show. Boys, I want to know, what is your favourite zoo animal? And Coops, you can't list every single one off before you answer it. That's a prerequisite.
Right, now listen, I know that I've said this before, and I'm not taking the mic all right when I say this to you, bro. When I read this question on the show notes, this is genuinely one of my all-time favourite questions we've ever done, because I don't know how we've not thought about this. No, I'm being deadly serious. Now, I am going to answer it like Coops, but just hear me out. Listen, I just think animals in general are incredible. Talk about zoo animals. I love a trip out to the zoo. Oh, absolutely love it. Gone to loads of zoos. Been lucky enough to go to Taronga in Sydney, obviously London Zoo, loads of zoos across the world.
Wait, have you been to Australia, Coops?
Oh my God. Do you like James
You've
Bond?
never mentioned it.
Oh no, do you like James Bond? Ooh. Do you have any pictures of him on your wall? Bibbidi beep, oh, Pierce
I
Brosnan.
actually do.
Yeah, I know you do. That's why I said it. Right, so anyway, back to the question. Now, obviously, lions, incredible. Tigers, incredible. But
I knew this was coming.
no, wait, no.
Giraffes are amazing. Elephants.
No, but when you see them in real life, and God, I've got to be careful what I say. Not that they're a bit underwhelming, and I don't know whether it's because we're used to seeing foxes and dogs and cats, because we're like used to seeing that type of form of animal, like on all four. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but like when you see a lion, you're like, oh, but I'm not like, wow, that is insane. I know that's really weird to say, but like I said, I don't know whether it's because we're used to seeing like dogs and as pets and stuff like that. But something that we're not used to seeing, and I would never, ever, ever want to see one unless it's in a zoo. So the answer that I'm going to say is snakes.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Now, I don't particularly like snakes, but what I will say is when you see them and you see the massive ones, and there's all these different types, all different types of, I mean, it's not skin. What is it? It's scales. So when you see all the different colours of scales, and you see the different types of heads, and honestly, bro, snakes as an animal, I don't care what anyone says, they are insane. Like, they're just absolutely insane. So again, I don't know whether it's because I'm not used to seeing them, and obviously I wouldn't want to see one, but there's like hundreds of different types. They all eat different things and consume their food in sort of different ways. Some, like you got the boa constrictors which strangle, some just like open their jaws and they can like break their jaws. Anyway, I'm not going to go on about it because I'll let Ian answer. But yeah, for me, it's got to be snakes. They are just incredible species.
One person that will be happy you said that, Coops, is podcast listener Shan, who actually has a pet snake.
Oh, okay.
Who's come to a few community days with us.
Yes, I know who you're. That's the Australian of Sydney. That's the Australian, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Big up, Shan.
Yeah, hi, Shan. Now,
hi, Shan, as well.
Got to admit, when I saw this question, I know Cooper said it was one of his favourites. I wouldn't say it's not one of my favourites, but I'm not really a zoo person because I personally believe that animals should be in their own habitats. So
bro, so do I. But
let me get to my point. But I did think about animals in the zoo, and like Cooper said, I could list off a big long list of animals, and then I thought, well, what is an animal that you would be unlikely to see in its native environment easily? And I'm going to go to an extreme, and I'm going to say penguins.
Oh no, good answer.
Because to actually see one of those in real life, you'd have to travel a hell of a distance, and penguins are just cool. What about you, Marky?
Ian, do you know what I thought you were going to do? I thought when you answered it, you were just, after Coops had done all that amazing discussion, I thought you were just going to go, anyway, I don't really like zoos, so I'm going to pick penguins. Over to you.
No, I mean,
it's like, don't really like zoos.
I have been to zoos, and the last time I went was Edinburgh Zoo, probably about 8 or 9 years ago. But animals just, they shouldn't be in zoos, in my opinion. But it's a way to conserve endangered species. It's a way to see animals if you can't see them natively. So absolutely. I see educational benefits, but I do think that really they're not the best thing for the animal's health.
Well, I've just recently, I go through cycles of like, YouTube's great for like throwing things that you've watched a video on, and suddenly on your feed you keep getting fed loads of other videos on it. And I love watching animal films, things on YouTube, learning about animals, and it's not just animals, insects and things like that. And like, I'm not going to list loads of things off, but I have got to say I've been watching quite a lot of documentaries, and I'm not boring, but anyway, Coops, about ants. Ants are fascinating. Sorry, we were talking about amazing creatures.
Mate, I will just talking about this.
So amazing.
I will just say, Marky, two of the best films I've ever seen, and I swear to God, number one, A Bug's Life, and the main character is an ant, Flick. Well, they're all ants, really, but there's grasshoppers as well. And then the actual film Ants, I think it's with a Z though, bro.
It is with a Z, yeah.
Sickest film ever. Like Ants are incredible. And I was thinking when you were saying that, you must love like me all the David Attenborough, Planet Earth documentaries and all that.
Yeah.
But with ants, you don't even need to go to the zoo. You could just look in the backyard.
It's true. But again, like YouTube, it's thrown me a couple of channels that I've been watching quite a lot of, and I think it's how they narrate them and what they show. And anyway, it's fascinating watching them. And actually, like one of the things I've learned from watching these documentaries is that there's no emotion or any sort of in wildlife. It all happens for a reason. Everything's got to survive, and it's quite interesting what you can see. But getting back to the question about animals in zoos, about the experience of zoos and that, I love a zoo. I didn't go to many when I was a kid, and actually I feel like as I've got later in my life, I certainly appreciate it. I've done safari. We've got Longleat Safari Park, which is not far from where we are down here in the southwest. So that is very much getting in the car and you're seeing them all in the open, and they're sort of allowed to sort of behave in the way they would do where they are. If I lose another area with a monkey, I won't be happy. The little flipping cheeky things. But I'm gonna. I like where you were going in, and when you were saying about an animal that you wouldn't see in this sort of climate, in this part of the world, or it'd be very difficult to see them. And I am fascinated. I was very lucky when I went to northern Scandinavia when I was up in Sweden. We saw them from afar, but I was very lucky to see them very close up when we went to Longleat, and it was wolves. Wolves are absolutely fascinating creatures. They're very mysterious. They don't like to be too close, but they go about what they do in their own way. They're very loyal, and they work together incredibly well. Very intelligent creatures, but just beautiful looking creatures. So I'm going for wolves. Yeah, that's going to be my answer on that one. So we've got snakes, penguins, and wolves. It could be interesting, this one. It's still there for everyone.
I'll be honest, with all the zoo trips, I've never ever seen any wolves. I don't think I've ever seen one.
They're very hard to see.
I've seen a Pucciana, but I've never.
You're my Pucciana, you know that.
And you're my mighty. I can't remember.
Mightyana.
What's the evolution? Was it
Mightyana?
Ian, over to you. I feel like there's a bit of electric spark charge in the air. Do you want to talk about something that's going on in the game at the moment?
Yeah, like I said last week, I think the spark has died. So, Instinctive Hero, it's been running for a couple of days. And it's a tough one to talk about because it's pretty much an egg-focused event like we talked about last week. So I have hatched a few eggs, personally speaking. Not Whitfield levels of eggs, but I've hatched like 3 or 4 10Ks. And the 10K seems to be dropping more than the 2s and the 5s, considering that Larvesta is available in all 3 tiers of eggs. And so far, nothing. And a lot of people are having the same problem, that Larvesta is quite a tough mon to hatch, and to get the 400 candies is going to take some time, and it's not really gone down too well on that toxic seeding pool that we call Twitter. But I suppose my take on it is pretty much that, think back to when the game started, and I know Coops are going to say the game's moved on, and it has, but Magikarp, that was available in the wild, but it took forever to grind those 400 candy to evolve the Gyarados. And I'm actually quite happy that Niantic aren't spoon-feeding us every brand new Pokemon, and it's one that we're going to have to work on to get. So, yeah, it's for me, it's a challenging event because, as I said last week, and Coops called me a hypocrite, I said I was done with eggs.
I was joking.
Yeah, but the thing is, you were right, and I'm not hatching anywhere nearly as many eggs, despite there being a bloody brilliant incubator box in the store. Not hatching anywhere near as many eggs as I normally would. But as I say, 4 10Ks deep and no Larvesta. Haven't really hatched any 7Ks yet, and the Mantike is one that I would like to get. And that one seems a little bit more common, but there's so many 7Ks that are hatching that, again, it's still going to be tough to get the one you want.
Question for you all. Who do you think did manage to hatch a Larvesta?
Whitfield?
No.
You?
No,
Did you?
No, of course I'm not.
My Pucciana.
Not turned the game on. Marky, who's your guess? Who do you think?
JT Valor?
Yeah, JT Valor.
Oh, come on, Marky, think about this. What am I going to say?
Oh, your boyfriend?
No, my other boyfriend.
Your boyfriend. Oh, your other boyfriend?
My PvP boyfriend.
I don't know who your other boyfriend is.
Oh, Hope's Life Henry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Home Slice.
Sorry, Home Slice. Has he done a video?
But yes, he
on
did
it?
have a video up on yeah, is it Vol Corona is the evolution?
Volcano's the evolution, yeah.
Also, quick one. Have I said this before? But literally, whenever I've seen stuff on Twitter about Vol Corona, does anybody else think of my Sharona? That's literally
Yes!
bro.
Yes,
I feel like I've
seriously.
Yes,
I feel like I've said this before, but whenever I say like Vol Corona in my head, I'm like,
Sharona.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah.
It's Volcarona.
But anyway, no, right. So I do actually want to comment on this. And sorry, what's the first stage evolution, boy? Sorry, casual.
Larvesta.
So yeah. So Larvesta, obviously, yes, you can hatch it from eggs, but I have seen some. When I say horrendous statistics, I mean probably the worst hatching statistics. Also, I hate that we've spoken about eggs for like the last 4 weeks, but
Get used to it. That's what's going to be happening from now
yeah,
on.
no, I agree. But literally, people have done like 200,
Yeah.
300, 400 egg hatches and still not hatched one Larvesta. Which is a shame because, again, it's just kind of like a bit of a kick in the teeth. You know, we're not expecting one every 3 hatches, but at least one every 7 or 8 to, you know, kind of make us want to do it. But yeah, I've seen negative stuff about this event. I, of course, haven't managed to play live crazy right now, but yeah, I've seen some really negative stuff on Twitter in regards to egg hatches, and people will be posting a little screenshot of the Volcarona from obviously rare candy that they've saved up from raids, or the actual hatch of the Larvesta, and been like, took me 190 hatches, but we got there. And I'm thinking 190 hatches, but yeah.
Even with the good boxes, there's no way I'll get one when I get one. It's going to be in an event somewhere along the line.
Yeah, it will eventually be a spawn, but yeah, I've not seen some positive stuff. But again, you know.
So have you actually played it at all, Coops, this event?
Honestly, I did some Great League battles and like caught some mons, but I didn't really understand I didn't understand that there were like spawns.
The special research I'm taking really said I'm only on stage 2, so
yeah,
I'm not really that bothered about the Ellie kid with a little symbol on its hand.
Well, I mean, I turned on the game. The spawns are just the normal life spawn, so
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's all about the eggs.
Yeah, it didn't feel like an event at all. But no, it would have been nice to see for the first time in ages to, you know, you hatch some maybe 1 or 2 Larvesta in like, you know, 10, 15 egg hatches. But yeah,
Years.
yeah. But it is what it is. So
I do agree with you boys. Now, I have had some people respond to people on Twitter, sort of, you know, and I get it, slagging it off, slagging the mechanic off, and I don't remember which Pokemon main series game it is, and they were saying that the mechanic to get this Pokemon was very similar. It was very difficult to get it, and I think they're maybe as this influence is starting to come into the game, maybe they are trying to make it more difficult for people to get in this sort of platform of game. However, I do agree they could have done it in different ways. They might have said, you can't use rare candy to power it up. You have to keep hatching them. You know, maybe put that limitation. So make them a little bit more common, but you're only going to get 3 candy at a time, potentially, when you get one. You know, do you know what I mean? Make it a bit spicy, give people something to play for. Because I have seen some horrific stories. I have seen some people that are smug as hell that have gone,
You
first
always
egg
get that,
hatch,
yeah,
boom,
yeah.
got it out of 2k egg. Yeah. I haven't hatched many eggs. I basically had a blockage of 10-kilometre eggs and 5s from after community day. So I'm working through the old eggs at the moment, and I did see that it was the increased shiny rate in eggs, but I don't know anyone that's truly said I've hatched 2 or 3 batches and got something shiny already, and it doesn't really feel like that. But there's multiple ones in each egg, and there's a lot of non-shiny ones as well in the eggs. So I guess that the new baby one, Mantike. It's Mantike, isn't it? Mantike looks cute. And that is a lovely little shiny. But I agree. I think this event is just eggs. That's all it is. I'm on stage 3, Ian, of the research, An Instinctive Hero. And I don't really feel like I've played it too much, and I've managed to struggle my way onto that one. But I think they've missed a lot of tricks with this event. You know, you'd have loved them just to have put loads of electric Pokemon into the wild, just spiced it up a little bit. But I think it's very apparent that they are going to use eggs now as their way to potentially generate an additional income. But the boxes are good value, by the way. Yeah, I will say that. I looked at the boxes in the shop, And I was quite surprised by them.
I think it was about 30 incubators for 3,000 coins or something, or just under 3,000 coins. Good value. It was good value.
Yeah.
But boys, good news!
What?
We've just had the drop of the Valor Hero event.
Is the news.
Trainers, help out Candela during the upcoming A Valorous Hero event. I'm so glad when these are going to be done. But A Valorous Hero, which is the last one, we've had the Mystic, we've had the Instinct, now it's time for the Valor. This is going to be from Thursday, May the 11th from 10 a.m. to Wednesday, May the 17th. So it's basically a week long at 8 p.m.
Yeah, they're getting longer, these events.
Yeah, local time. Now, we are going to get the debut of Mega Pinsir. And of course, as Marky did say, he does like this Mega. Scary, but he does like it. And of course, you might be able to encounter a shiny one as well. That would just be a Pinsir. That won't be the actual Mega Pinsir. Now, the event bonuses are going to be 2 times candy for catching Pokemon. And trainers level 31 and above will have twice the chance to obtain Candy XL from catching Pokemon.
You know, I would normally be really, really sort of enthusiastic about 1-star raids. You've heard me on many previous announcements with events. And these ones are actually, do you know what? I'm gonna if you've had awful 7-kilometer air catch luck on the Alolan Pokemon, or it has not been your jam because you're just getting fed up of getting the same rubbish out of them. And I know the ones you want about Quillfish. I'm sure you're getting that all the time.
Hisuian one.
Finally, a chance to get Hisuian Growlithe, which is amazing because it is an amazing Pokemon, amazing looking Pokemon. So I'm down with that. Galarian Ponyta, you know, the people that still haven't got that one.
That's the one I'd be raiding because I still don't have that bad boy.
Oh, no, you don't, do you, Ian? You don't.
I'm still scarred from those research tasks. Yeah, I mean, Coops is obviously going to be raiding that Hoot, I'm pretty sure of it. But the 3-star raids, again, aren't bad. And if you've missed a few of the raid days that we've had previously, then there's some good stuff in here. So you've got the Hisuian Avalugg and the Hisuian Bravery, both of which have had raid days and great shinies for both. Now, if you still need the Galarian Stunfisk, then what are you doing? Seriously, we've just had a limited research day, so you should hopefully have one of those. But if you haven't, you can raid it.
Ian, what about if you've just downloaded the game today?
If you just downloaded the game today,
Have
then
a bit of respect for new players, please.
as
God.
Mark would say, knock yourself out.
Amazing.
And
Knock yourself out. Exactly. Knock yourself
And
out.
Drudigon, that's the 4th mon in the 3-star raids. As I've said, all 4 of these can be shiny. And, you know, if you need any of them, they're good mons. But the 5-star raids is really where it's going to be at. Tapu Fini is back, but this time as a shiny, new release shiny, and that will be the 5-star raid mon launching during this event. Now, Valor, Candela, doing the special research for this event will lead you to an encounter with a Ponyta with a little necklace sort of tie around its neck. Yeah, really, that's it. I'm sorry, I can't say anything more positive about it. Yeah, you can get a Valor-themed Ponyta from the special research.
I would have rathered another shot at getting the shiny Pikachu with the Rayquaza hat on, to be honest. Oh God!
Not the Moltres
Well,
hat
anyway,
on.
I will. I'll definitely be stocking up on some remote raid passes to make sure I get my 5 hoots a day. That's for sure. But boys, do you mind if we
Chasing the tail, tail to chase, it's chasing the tail.
God, it feels weird. It's been about 2 weeks, boys, but welcome into Chasing the Tail,
play
one of
this
my
last week?
favourite games. Oh, did we? I've not listened back yet.
Yeah, we played it last week. Yeah.
You won it, Coops.
Oh, did I? Well, let's see if I can
You would it.
keep my crown. But yeah, so Chasing the Tails. If you are here and you are a new listener to the podcast, I will quickly explain the rules. There's only sort of 2-3 rules, so not that many. So first of all, the main rule is you're not allowed to hesitate for too long. Otherwise, you are going to hear and you also will hear that again if you do a repeat. And that is a repeat of thanks, Ian. And that is a repeat of a Pokemon from the start of round 1 to the end of, well, normally round 4, but in this case, round 3. Now, the whole point of the game is I'm going to say a Pokemon, and then the person who goes after me has to say a Pokemon, but it's got to start with the letter that mine did end with. So, for example, if I say the Pokemon Pinsir, Pinsir does end in an R. So Ian would have to say a Pokemon which starts with the letter R. So, for example, Riolu. So just to give you an understanding of the game. Now, the order that we'll be going in tonight will be Casual Coops, Masterful 27, and Ian Waterfall. Boys, are you ready for round one?
Ready.
Marky boy, your Pokemon is Pinsir.
Routes.
Swaddle.
Empoleon.
Oh! Noibat.
Tangela.
Alakazam.
Mudkip.
Purloin.
Nidoking.
Geodude.
Always.
Espeon.
Always.
Nidoran.
Nido Queen.
Nidorino.
Oh, God. Omanite?
Eevee.
Ekans.
Scyther.
I'm gone.
Oh, well done, boys. Wow. Bringing in my favourite there, Marky. Mudkip. Thanks for that.
You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. So I will start.
That's
this
the
one.
final
Ian's
already.
After me. Final already. Ian, my starting Pokemon for you is Swampert.
Tangrowth.
Heracross.
Squirtle.
No, not yet. Not yet. God damn it. Oh.
Give them a 10 seconds, Ian. Give them a 10 seconds.
Yeah, fair play, bro. GG's. Yeah, it's the E's. What other E's have we got? Oh, I could have said Escavalier. Oh, God
Yeah,
damn.
that would
Electabuzz.
have worked.
Electabuzz.
Oh, all right. GG's, Ian. GG's.
It's easy when you're not under the
Ian,
heat
you're
of the
funny.
moment. It really is.
In fact,
Yeah.
the game's over and
fair,
I'm like,
Ian.
Excavalier, Electabuzz.
How many more E's can I find? Oh, loads of them.
But yeah,
Well done,
GG's to me.
Ian.
Yeah.
He broke
Yeah.
Coops. Coops was on a bit of a run with the games, wasn't he? So I think
He
that was
was.
much needed.
No, Mark, do you know why I'm not going to win the bloody poll? Because you didn't put favourite zoo animals. You just put favourite animals. And we discussed no one likes snakes. So, of course, I'm not going to win. You've sabotaged me in the poll. If you put zoo animals, people might have gone, oh, actually, snakes. But you've just put animals. So everyone, and Ian said, no one likes snakes. No one likes, then it's not my favourite animal. Snakes
They
are
scare
not my
people.
favourite. Yeah, they're my favourite zoo animal, but you missed out zoo. Anyway, play the bloody jingle. Right, now my rant is over. Something that I'm actually really happy about, and I think Pogo Milo UK will be really happy about. We have had May's Community Day that has been announced, and of course it's going to be Fennekin. Now on Sunday, May the 21st, 2023, from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. local time, we are going to be having Fennekin Community Day, which is amazing. This was needed. Everyone was quite excited about this. And the same as any other Community Day, of course, Fennekin can be shiny. I think the shiny rate is like 1 in 25.
And it's a good shiny as well.
It is. And of course, if you do evolve Fennekin all the way up until Delphox. So if you evolve Fennekin into, is it Braxton? Fennekin's evolution during this event or up to 5 hours after. So you are going to get until 10 p.m. local time, which is amazing. Takes off major stress. Delphox is going to know the charged attack Hydro Cannon. No, it's gonna know the charge attack, blast burn, of course.
He's a git.
And also something which is amazing as well. While Braxton evolved into Delphox during the event will know blast burn, starting at the beginning of the event, Delphox will be able to learn the charged attack Mystical Fire. Which is amazing. So so Delphox will still be able to learn Mystical Fire after the conclusion of the event, but Blast Burn in trainer battles and in gyms and raids is going to be 110 power, and then Mystical Fire for trainer battles is going to be 60 power and decreases your opponent's attack, and then in gyms and raids it's going to be 60 power. Does anybody know about getting Mystical Fire, whether it's evolve or... Because it says at the start of the event, I'm thinking if you can evolve it into Blast Burn, you must be able to charge TM it and get but I'm not sure. But like I said, we'll figure that out.
I mean, reading it, I would say that move will become available to it at the beginning of the community day. That's what I would think.
Yeah, but via charge TM, right?
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if this is a special move. So is it by elite charge TM? Listen, it's very vague. And of course, for $1 or the equivalent in your local currency, you are going to get the special research story called Fur and Flames, which is really cool. I quite like that.
That's a good name, a good title for once.
And I'll quickly now smash out the event bonuses. The main one, 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon.
Nice.
2 times candy for catching Pokemon. 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL. And of course, for this, you do want to Mega Evolve a Fire type Pokemon. And if you do this and you do have your Mega up to the top level, you are obviously going to get excellent chance of receiving XL.
Nice.
Lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Incense, excluding the daily incense, will also last for 3 hours. You're going to get the snapshots. Trades made during trades made during the event will require 50% less Stardust. Go on again. And 1 additional special trade can be made for a maximum of 2 a day.
Nice.
Now, with these bonus raid battles, I'm not really a fan of these, but you can raid Braxton. It's going to be appearing in 4-star raids. And like I said, when you do this, you're going to get all Fennekin round the gyms. But I've never really sort of understood that. But it's going to be from 5 till 10.
It's good if you can't actually do the community day in those 3 hours between 2 to 5, because you will have up until 10 o'clock to actually get community day spawns and community day shiny rates around the gym. I think it's 300 meters.
And of course, my favourite, stickers. Woo! Yeah, stickers will be available as well. So yeah, going to be a really good com day, I think. Yeah, so that's the com day. I'll be honest, I'll sort of straight up start. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be great. I will try and play if I can. It'll be a really, really, really good day. Get all those XL and bosh.
It does look like a good community today. My only issue is, and I know there are some people that do like a Sunday community day. Personally speaking, I find Sunday communities a little bit, not tricky, but a little bit awkward because of the very time that they're on. And then obviously you've got work the very next day. But not every community day can be on a Saturday. I just wish they'd actually bring these more like an 11 till 2 rather than 2 till 5. I miss the days where they vary the start and finish times of these events.
I agree with you, Ian. And it's nice to have a Pokemon where the ginger fox turns into a silver fox. It's quite a nice little shiny to hunt there, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's
that's why Cooks wants to play this community today. The ginger fox looking for the ginger fox.
Or I just want a Dell Fox with Blastburn, and you decide.
Do you know what, though? I mean, I think, it's nice to have one of the starters again. And it's nice for a new shiny. It's a brand new Pokemon. I think community days are great for those people that want to get the PvP stats as well. We know all that. It's the same get every community day, but it's nice to have one that might have some relevance in it. And I'm sure wherever you play it, you're all going to have an absolute blast. Burn.
Me too. And actually, I never evolved my Fennekin, so both evolutions are going to be new for me.
Oh, very good. So what will we be mega evolving? Are we with Charizard Y? I'm assuming would probably be a good one on the mega front.
So yeah, Mark, Charizard is a good option. Blaziken, another one that you could mega evolve.
Yes, of course.
And I think Houndoom is Fire and Dark, so that would be another one that you could potentially evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, Ian, sorry. I didn't know you had it in you.
Ian, it's my one I've only maxed out. My Hundo Doom.
Hey,
there you go.
Amazing.
There
you go. You're going to get the excellent chance of the now. XL.
Happy days. I think it's nice to mention that. So I know we've mentioned it before, but some people, myself included, have only recently learnt about the mega mechanics and how they work. But yeah, definitely. I keep forgetting about Blaziken now. Like you said, that's a brand new or more recently released one, wasn't it? In terms of the megas, that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah. Very, very good.
So moving on from what's going to be, I would say, a very, very good, sizzling community day for Fennekin. We move over to GoFest chat. And the GoFest early bird tickets for Osaka sold out. So if you want tickets for that, then you're back on general admission now. So you will pay the slightly higher price of 3,500 yen for your ticket. But so far, New York, London, still good to go. If you've not got your tickets, don't leave it too late don't want anyone to be disappointed if they want to attend one of these events.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm really shocked. London's not sold out yet, is it? I really thought it would be.
I would say, actually, I just want to knit into that bit about the London bit. I did see on social media, and it was quite nice to it. Good guy as well. I met him in cue the beeps now. I met him in Berlin. Self beeps now. Okay.
I'm not beeping that. I've been to GoFest. So yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Ian. Exactly. So I met a lovely guy called Tonton Train when I was over in Berlin, where he was at the park. He was at Brockwell Park only yesterday as we're recording this, ahead of GoFest in London. And it does look like
does he know he's 3 months early?
So I think he might have just realised. But yeah, but as Coop said last week, a lovely looking park. So we will talk more about it over the coming weeks, like you said, because I'm sure there'll be loads of things that will evolve as we get closer to the time. Do you like what I did there, guys? Evolve? Is that good?
You should have said mega evolve.
Good. What's the other bit of news we've got, boys? I know he's not here, but we've got to mention it, haven't we?
And by the way, I didn't actually know this until I saw the show notes, and it really cracked me up because I knew he would have literally been living. He would have dreamt about it for the last 5 years, and he's finally happened to him.
Tissues on the standby.
So our boy Pogo Milo UK, he did his post Community Day classic photo on Twitter. Lovely little picture with his shiny watermelon and a shiny Pokemon. Hashtag it Go Snapshot and hashtag it AR Photo a day. And yes, it got picked up by the Pokemon Go account and was retweeted. Hey. So when I saw it had a reach of 210,000, I was like, hold on here, it's only had and then I went, oh no, it has had over 500 likes.
As if that got retweeted, he would have literally loved that. As if I'm not here next week to take the mickey out of him. That's that. Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, all that talk about Swinub Community Day Classic is quite nice because I'd like to segue into a chat. As I did allude at the beginning, Coops, it isn't really this weekend as we record it. It was last weekend. I know you said that it was very unlikely you were going to play it, but who knows? You might surprise us. But go on. Me and Ian, obviously, you wouldn't all know that. We met up and we had a great time at a different place. We mixed it up
we went
a
to the
bit,
pub, Coops.
But, that's the pub. But go on, Coops. Start us off. Surprise us.
No, listen, I actually am dying to know about your guys' experience. Let's honestly, didn't play. There's nothing else to say. That rhymed. Yeah, gutted because I really wanted to get 1,000, 1,500 XL, get another hundo or whatever. But yeah, honestly, no, didn't have time. So boys, talk to me about your Swinub Com Day Classic. What did you get up to?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So we thought we'd mix it up a little bit, and Ian being Northern and me being Western, we thought we'd meet somewhere in the middle-ish, and we did look at a few different places, but we settled on Milton Keynes, and we went back to Willen Lake, which is a lovely venue. Been on a bank holiday weekend.
Nukemz.
We were probably surprised by how busy the place actually was. Because it was busy, but yeah, Willen Lake, lovely location, very good for playing Pokemon Go, certainly on community days. And as Ian said, we met up with some great people. People listen to the podcast. It's nice we met Keith there, which was nice. We had some of the Toaster crew come over as well. Shout out to Leanne as well, who joined us. And we just had it was just a good fun, wasn't it, Ian? It was just nice.
It was a proper chill day. Yeah, it wasn't really going for it too much. We took it very steady, and yeah, I mean, for about a third of the event, we sat in the pub drinking beer and just using our incensed. It was a nice chilled out day.
Sounds like my kind of com day, bro. Honestly,
for me, I was actually quite happy in that the shiny rates weren't too OP. I ended on 12 for the day. I believe Mark ended on 13. And I think Keith won the day on 17 or 18. So the shiny rates weren't massive. The spawns were okay. But again, they didn't seem as crazy as they have done in the past. But for me, I was just struggling to get the XL. Throughout the whole community, I only got about 250 XL.
You've not been mega evolving your Abomasnow,
I actually,
have you?
I did.
Okay.
I mega evolved my Steelix. Mega Steelix, and yeah, just wasn't really happening.
Is that
for
ice?
Me. It's ground.
Ground.
Is Swinub? Oh, Swinub's ground
Ice
and
and ground.
ice.
Ground and ice, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
You look at me, going, I'm like, no, it's definitely, I definitely evolved the right one.
No. No. Sorry, I forget yeah. And when they evolve, sometimes they change typing.
Make evolve your Squirtle.
Yeah. He's like, I mega evolved my Gengar. What are you doing? Well, that might be the problem, Ian.
Yeah, well, in this case, absolutely not. But yeah, I mean, the XL wasn't as forthcoming as I'd have liked, but it was a classic community day. I actually did finish off maxing out my hundo and
brilliant.
didn't really get any better than 91% throughout the whole com day, so I wasn't really missing out too much on any of the spawns. It was a fun day. It was a nice retro day.
But no, it was very chilled out, and just following on from what Ian was saying there, like normally when I come back from a community day, you know, I'll be there going, oh yeah, I've done loads of steps, my feet will be hurting. And actually I got back in the house and I'd obviously had my pedometer on before we went over there. And by the time I got back, I'd done a few extra steps, got back in the house and checked it, and I hadn't even done 10,000 steps. When we do a community day, it's normally like 20,000, 23,000.
Yeah, we definitely weren't going at like 20 miles an hour.
Very lazily.
Nothing wrong with that, boys.
But I don't think that's a bad thing that we weren't running around like crazy people, because community days, the game itself in general is meant to be enjoyed. So I genuinely don't think that if you're running around like a crazy person, you're not enjoying it. You're just too focused on shiny, 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 shiny. I genuinely think that taking it chill is probably the way to go, because you do enjoy yourself more. You get to chat to people more. You get to be more sociable whilst still playing the game and having a good time.
I think it was a nice bit at the end where we were like, we were sort of got to the last bit of the day and it had ended, and then we were checking and we actually got a hundo, didn't we, Ian? Well,
I didn't.
Well, you didn't, but
you and Keith did. I was too busy catching my last minute shiny and missed it.
Yeah, it was random actually checking through, and we actually got a hundo, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
I've said this before, and I'll say it till the end of time. Getting a random hundo is an incredible, incredible feeling.
It really is.
Ian, I'm glad you're admitting this now about Milo, because he would have killed you that you didn't get that hundo. You know, he would have throttled you and been like, what are you doing?
Nobody knew about it. Nobody shouted it out until after the community day finished. No. And they caught it at like 16:59. It was 1 minute to 5.
Casuals, the lot of you.
Oh, and I got back-to-back shinies, didn't I, Ian, as well?
You got triple back-to-back
shinies. I think me and Ian, like, we sing from the same hymn sheet on this. It's like just random places. And I don't mean random, but you discover new places and all that. But it is nice to play these events at different places. And like we did Community Day there, EV 2.0, but that was like, we said that was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
It was getting on for 2 years ago, yeah. And it is. It's nice to actually vary where you play the game, because it's great to have a grind spot and stick to the same place repeatedly. But there is something to be said for just going somewhere that you know is going to be good, or just somewhere that you want to take a chance on, because that's what I've said it a million times over the last 2 years, but that's what makes this game fun. Travel, seeing new places and playing the game in new and different places. And I love it. I've said it to you all that it's just the best part of the game.
All right, Ken. I agree. Genuinely, like my life has been crazy in 2023, but honestly, like I was gutted that I missed the Spin-off Com Day. What else did I miss the other day? Togetic, gutted. Like genuinely, if I could play all these events, I would.
Hashtag be the change.
Hashtag content with content.
Nice little chat there. Really enjoyed that one. And like I said, let's see what the next Community Day Classic is going to be.
Beldum. I hope it's Beldum.
Yeah, I do hope it's Beldum as well. I really, really do. Right. So we're going to have a little bit of a discussion, really. This isn't nothing too deep, nothing too heavy. But yeah, we did see, certainly 24 hours ago when we recorded this, there was an article which came out highlighting a fall in revenue for Niantic's title Pokemon Go. It got quite a bit of a reaction. Probably some of the responses weren't educated responses, but hey, when are they all educated responses? However, as we record this, there has actually been a challenge back, and Niantic have responded saying that it was incorrectly published information and it wasn't factually correct. So within the last couple of hours, there's been an official article on Eurogamer. And again, it's nice to highlight this. I think it's important just to highlight it. You know, it doesn't need to be a deep conversation, but Pokemon Go developer have dismissed the incorrect report that claimed revenue was down to the lowest since 2018. 2023 income is actually up year on year, is what they said. Now, the reason I mentioned this, and I thought it'd be quite nice to include it, was because there's been quite a lot of people coming up with theories around this, and where we don't like to sort of highlight negative press all the time. I do think it's sort of indicative of the journey that the game is going on, certainly with some of the changes they've made on it. But like I said, Ian, we were having quite a sort of open discussion about this before we started recording tonight. You know, were you surprised initially when it came out the way it did, or were you more surprised the fact that it wasn't factually correct? It sounded like it was probably felt like a Niantic announcement.
When the original article came out yesterday, it didn't surprise me that there would have been a downturn in their revenue, and I'll tell you the reasons why. They said that April was a massive drop in revenue, March was a drop in revenue from February. Now, looking back at like raid bosses and where they would have earned money from during this time. I mean, let's go back as far as January. So in January, you actually had some really good legendaries in 5-star raids, plus obviously you had the remote raiding. So there was Tapu Koko's a new shine, and you had Zekrom and Reshiram in raids. So people would have been raiding that. In February, Rayquaza was in raids, and then it started to go downhill in March when you had Tornadus, Ho-Oh, Thundurus, and Lugia. It's natural that people are not going to raid as much. They're going to lose money. People aren't going to buy passes. And April consolidated that Lugia was still in raids. You'd got Landorus, and the raids just haven't been as good. Now, also in April, the remote raid nerf came in. People got upset. And of course, controversial opinion, and I'm not trying to sound like Ken here, people are going to take a small victory. Oh, Niantic have lost money. We made a difference. But Niantic aren't stupid. They would have calculated how much they were going to earn less in theory by the fact that they've capped how much people can raid per day. So they were always going to earn less. Now, when Niantic sent this release out today and debunked this whole article, didn't surprise me. Didn't surprise me one little bit. And it'd be interesting to know how much they have done, because their profits will be down, but maybe not by as much as 40% like people are claiming.
Yeah, because I think there was certainly a suggestion from sort of social media that fewer remote raid passes would be bought, but they thought that maybe by increasing the price it should counteract this. But I do think that there's one thing that people do forget, that it isn't just App Store that generates revenue for the game, certainly with for Niantic and all other gaming developers. This isn't unique to Pokemon Go. You know, it is the brand and commercial sponsorships which bring in revenue. And certainly as we talk about going into a Go Fest season, the sale of live event tickets, you know, we talk about it earlier in the news. Osaka, early bird tickets have gone already. The appetite is still there. And this is where there's a big generation of income. And like I said, I'd be really intrigued to see this August, with all these live events, how that compares to maybe last year's August events, because it does feel like people are more... I know there's a London event this year, but it does feel like people are more hyped for them at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Go Fest, the purchase for Go Fest tickets don't go through App Store and Android stores, so that probably wouldn't have been factored into the Eurogamer article or whichever article it was. But I don't know. I mean, people are going to take solace in that they've made an impact and they're really showing Niantic what for. But what people do forget, and Coops alluded to this last week, and it's a very, very good point. Pokemon Go is a free-to-play game. Whether people spend money on it or not, it's kind of irrelevant. They want screen time. That's what the game's there for. Yeah. And if it gets really bad, they're just going to start putting ads on the game.
Oh, imagine that, Coops. You're about to catch a Giratina Origin form, and just as you're about to throw your ball at it, a Candy Crush advert comes up on your phone.
And then you lose the Shundo. And then the game glitches, and all of a sudden I've got to reload the game and the raid's over and I'm contacting support. Oh, nightmares, bro. Nightmares. To be honest, if I ever earn 25 million in a month, I'll be happy. Whether it's a 40% decrease. Look, listen, first of all, I just thought it was so random seeing this frenzy on social media. I just find it crazy that how people just believe some random arse article that's just come out of the air, come out of nowhere, and people share it. Like, I could literally create an article and it's just so weird, like crazy. But and then on top of that, let me give you an analogy, and a quite simple analogy. If I'm a shopkeeper and my store's open all day long, every day, Monday to Friday for 4, 5, 6 years, and then all of a sudden I decide to close my store on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just have the store open Monday to Thursday. I know that I'm not going to get as much revenue
Precisely.
as I did the month before, right? That's just obvious. I made that decision, and I knew making that decision, it would impact me. So when the next month's earnings come in, I know that I'm going to be down. So I don't understand what the big deal is. I'm really confused. I don't understand what the big deal is. Maybe I'm just being too black and white here, but I don't get what the big deal is. And there's big companies like Apple that some months they earn a fortune and then other months they don't. And it fluctuates, it's up and down with depending on what's going on in the world, what's going on with the climate of the financial world situation. It depends on what month of the year it is. People, if they're buying presents for like Christmas, for example. I don't know. I don't understand Pokemon Go trainers, if I'm being completely honest with you. I really don't. And when I saw this frenzy on social media, I was just like, oh damn, like crazy, bro.
That's a lovely analogy, Coops.
Yeah, I know. I just like I said, like people can do what they want. I just feel like when I see some stuff on social media, I'm like, guys, like just enjoy life. Like life is so amazing. Like I don't know.
Yes.
Like I don't know. Like you don't need to be so wrapped up in the Pokemon Go world. There's so much more out there that's amazing about life. I don't know.
Can't agree with you more. So what Niantic basically said, the estimates were wrong, that Pokemon Go's 23 revenue to date was up on the same periods in 22. So that's all they've said.
Okay.
And they said, we generally don't comment on third-party estimates as they are often incorrect, which is the case here. Our revenue so far in 23 is up on last year.
There's obviously still a lot of people that are raiding and a lot of people that are still spending a hell of a lot of money on the game.
It's true. I've noticed a lot more people are raiding in the last few days.
Do you know what I find quite funny is, like, whatever the article was and where it generated from, they heard the article quickly and responded quickly.
They did, yeah.
But they
Within 24 hours.
Yeah. The community within 24 hours. They are listening. Listening.
Well, this is the thing, and
Cool.
actually,
That's
that
nice
is a
chat,
good
I like
point,
that.
actually.
Yeah.
Niantic are listening all the time. They hear what people are saying.
Yeah, to wrap it up, like I keep thinking about that, and I do genuinely believe that's a really good point. I actually think they're doing absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Agreed.
God, I'll tell you what, boys, I've not got that passionate about a game in ages, have I?
you haven't.
Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on. I think my phone's going.
Send your WhatsApps now.
Yeah, we've got one WhatsApp message to go through this week, and Saul's been back on. It's becoming a regular. Got a bit of a message for us.
Boys, I've literally just realised I've sent quite a few voice notes that didn't even have any audio in. Not a clue why, but yeah, just putting it out there. But GoFest, oh my god, the message I just sent was that. But oh my god, GoFest, I cannot be. I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been waiting until I have money, until I have people around me that don't mind going with me, and until I could drive, really. The fact that you're going as well is just be great to see all of you down there, like put a face to the voice, obviously, but obviously I've seen your faces, but regardless, it'd just be nice to meet you. Be nice to see you all down there, because I'm going on the Saturday afternoon. I'll be there on the Friday, but doing things with my missus because she's politely coming with me, even though she hates the game. But I'm
not there yet.
Honestly, been waiting so long for this. It's just the fact it's in London as well. Oh my god, can't wait. I just, like, whenever any of you get any information, just please post it, because I'm just looking up to all of you to sling out all the information that everyone needs to know. But again, I know I'm just buzzing about it. It'll be great to see you all down there. It'll just be great to see all the people down there. I've never seen that many people playing the game all at one time. The most I've seen is about 15 down Poole Park at once. And that's not a lot. That's like on a raid day or something, you know. It's not great. No one's talking. There's no decorations or anything. But no, I honestly cannot wait, and I cannot wait to see you guys. So keep up the good work, and can't wait for your next episode.
Bless him.
Do you know what, though? Listening
you,
to
Saul.
that, that's exactly how I felt before Dortmund in 2019, and I get that. It's that.
Yeah.
I remember you said
Your first live event is special.
it does not matter where it's located. The fact that it's going to be big, it's going to have all these things that you'll have seen on YouTube, etc., on social media, but actually you're part of it. Yeah, it is hype, and that those weeks leading up to it, it gets more and more exciting. So yeah, we will see there, man. We will definitely see that. It's going to be big.
Speaking of things that are big.
Is that
So, our boy had a bit of a rant at me because I was a little bit misleading on it. So I frantically tried to correct it mid-poll and put an asterisk and put a zoo animal on the question. So the poll was...
Do you know what I love about you, Mark? You did that once everyone's placed their vote. Because
Hang on, he did it to me the other week, didn't he, by putting next choose?
yeah. You've sabotaged me. I don't even want to talk about this poll.
Well, Julia Glass did put in the comments, snakes, not animals. So that's an interesting one. So maybe... maybe it shouldn't have been.
The reptiles.
But anyway, before we go to the results, we're going to look at some of the comments as well as that one. So the Tequila Man, Sanjay Schmoosbeer has gone, why don't you have is it Komodo Dragon on the list? Well, none of us like Komodo Dragons enough, so that's why it didn't make the list.
A kimono. It's a kimono dragon.
Kimono Dragon.
Oh, he has put Komodo. Oh, no, I thought it was a kimono. I thought they were in Indonesia.
Kimono's like a Japanese dressing gown. It's a Komodo dragon.
Keeps like a dressing gown. Okay. Well, Dell Hazard put, I voted penguin, but my real vote is for pandas. Okay. Yeah, I like that one. Barside 2 has got Barside 2's got a nice little gif of a pigeon, penguin pushing over another penguin. That's quite funny, actually. Kels Lingers has gone, I love that penguins mate for life.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it is Komodo Dragon. Sorry.
Coops is just thinking of his Dragonite with a little dressing gown on.
That might be next year's
event. I've had a ginger moment. Sorry, Marky, sorry.
Keith has said, Piplup all the way, the Ekans and the Lichen Rock could definitely inflict some damage, like we did there, Keith. Very good there. Mike Lucas has got a little gif of like loads of excited penguins hopping around. He's put, if penguins played Pokemon Go, they'd always have a full raid lobby. There's a lot of love for penguins. Excellent. There's a lot of love for penguins in the comments. Anyway, 58 people voted on my poll tonight. Thank you very much. And we had 16 retweets, which I think is pretty good. So,
that's a pretty good average.
So, in third place, for non-animal...
Yeah, it's me. Move on.
The reptile, the imposter, is the snake. And it had 16% of the vote.
Yeah, you've done me dirty there. Yeah, no one cares what I got, but you've done me dirty
16% of the vote. Do you like that, Coops?
Oh.
16% of the vote. In second place, 33% of the vote was the wolf, which means with an overwhelming 52% of the vote.
For the second week running, I win.
The penguin is the winner. With 52%, that's overwhelming. That's very good, Ian. 52% of the vote. But yeah.
Everybody loves a penguin.
Everybody loves a penguin, indeed.
Or if you're in Australia, you love a Tim Tam.
Tim Tams. Oh, look at Coops. The people, look at his little face.
Oh, he's upset because Snake came last.
I just want to say that the poll tonight wasn't fair. And I'm not okay. Mark. I hate you.
Well, there we go. That is done. That is 117 wrapped up. We hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Are we not doing shinies today?
Shinies of the week.
All right then, after Marky just had a mad moment then, I'll jump in first. I've got one here from Kitty Pokemons a lot at Kitty Rambles. For the first time, I can join in on the @Incensed podcast, #Shinies of the Week, with a hatch. This is actually amazing.
Ooh,
Shiny Tortuga. Is it Tortuga? My first
Tortuga.
one. Which by the way, I didn't even realise it could be shiny. GG's Kitty. That is incredible. And the fact you've got 11 million dust is also incredible as well.
That is an epic shiny, isn't it? So for one impressive shiny, I'm going to say it because Maston does give us a little bit of grief every once in a while, to an unimpressive shiny. Only joking, bro. Much love. But Maston has put on there, first time in a while I've managed to catch the @Incensed podcast as it drops. The voodoo is still strong, boys. #Shinies of the Week. #Pokemon Go. Our boy Maston has got a shiny Pidove. Well done.
Ooh, nice. Now, I'm going to go back in time here to one that I think we missed back at the beginning of April. Kate, Neonet, just catching up with the at Incensed podcast boys, nipped by the live stream the other night, but couldn't stay. That would have been when we went live to all of our patrons. So just out on a long mofo walk to hatch a poo emoji, ton of eggs. Stopped for Cliff, hashtag Shiners of the Week. Lucky struck, hashtag Shiny Shadow Larvitar.
Oh, no, we haven't had that.
Hashtag But It's Awesome as F. GG's, Kate.
Yeah,
that
GG's,
is a
Kate.
great one. GG's.
Yeah, sorry we missed that.
That's epic.
Shiny Shadow Larvitar. GG's.
GG's indeed. Right, well, that is 117 done. And we certainly hope you've enjoyed listening to the podcast this week. If you haven't done so already, please consider hitting the follow and subscribe button on the various podcast platforms. It makes it, as Ian said the other week, it makes it easier for you to receive an update on our new episodes as soon as they drop. If you haven't done so already, please consider also leaving us a 5-star review. If you can really focus on Spotify as a starting point, that will keep Coops happier.
Facts.
But also consider Apple if you want to keep Ian happy. Please follow us on our social medias. That's Twitter, Instagram. I just put etc. on my show notes. That's very lazy. Follow us on Campfire as well, Ian. Is that right? Campfire? That's one, isn't it? Campfire, yeah. Yeah, Insta.
Campfire, Instagram, Twitter are our main socials.
If you do get anything good as well, use hashtag Shiners of the Week if you want to be featured on the Shinies of the Week section. Without our amazing Patreon members, this podcast would not be possible, and the production behind it is very much reliant on you all with your support, and we do mean it when we say it. We really, really do appreciate your contributions to help us with this. It is an amazing gesture and something that really does give us the ability to produce this podcast weekly, and never missed a week, have we? 170 weeks in a row. Thank you all very much. And I would like to give a special mention to our gold Patreon members. That is HermesNinja, JB, CliffordMert, DerbyRuss, Kerry and Zachary, Connolly, ML Folk 2022, Apex 171, Professor 58, KTechnogal, and MUFTi. And we've got a special thing we want to say to MUFTi, haven't we, boys? I think it's only right we do it now, yeah?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Go on, Coops, lead it. Yeah, let's do it.
MUFTi, we spoke before the show and we just wanted to just say, like, live on air, a massive thank you to you on behalf of all of us boys, on behalf of the Incensed podcast lads. We just want to say a massive thank you. So to all the listeners, MUFTi, one of our gold tier patrons, he did gift us all the global Go Fest ticket, which was, I think, about a tenner, just over maybe $12.99.
$13.99.
Yeah.
$13.99 each. So yeah, sorry, just to give you a bit of context, because everyone's probably like, wait, what are they doing? So yeah, so MUFTi, to you, thank you so much. That was the loveliest gesture anyone could do. We really appreciate it. And I will be playing it, so thanks.
It'll be at 4:00 on the Sunday for an hour, but he will be playing it.
We've said, well, thank you so much, MUFTi. Really do appreciate it. You know, we say it every single time, you know, but the fact that you've treated everybody, all the boys on the podcast for that, just very humbling and very amazing. So we are looking forward to playing. So Global Go Fest is always good fun. It's Go Fest season, baby. It's going to be amazing. But yes, thank you, everybody. Well, that's it. We're going to wrap it up now. This one is, as Ian would say, in the can. Thank you for tuning in to listen. Have a great week, and we will see you.
But boys, good news.
What?
May the 9th, Pony to Spotlight Owl.
And then you can do a Valorous Hero.
And on that insert reaction here, bombshell. See you next week.
I choose you!